Hey, what's up everybody? Landon with LMR.com, and it's that day of the week. It's Dyno Day. No doubt about it, my favorite day of the week, and it's probably your favorite day of the week as well. The car at hand today, this is a 2020 Mustang GT in a very good looking rapid red color. This car here does belong to Hunter Linley. Hunter Linley is an employee of ours. He works in our distribution department and does a really good job. Now, for those of you that follow us, you probably remember Hunter. Hunter, about a year or so ago at the time of this video, he had a 2003 Mustang GT with 227,000 miles on it. Of course, we dynoed the car, got a little information from talking to him. And, you know, he had some goals, he had some aspirations for the car, but I can't blame him. You know, he went and test drove a newer S550 car, and it was hook, line, and sink. He sold his 2003. He wanted to keep it, he wanted to have both, but, you know, being as young as he is, he chose the 2020 Mustang GT, and here it is. He has done a little bit of modifications to it thus far. He hadn't really thrown the book at it just yet. The way the car sits, he has lowered it. His street setup is a set of SVE gloss black SP2s, which he does have on the front. And then out back, he's running our SVE Drag Comp, an ET Street R from Mickey Thompson, which is a 305/45/17. I guess you could say business in the front, party in the back on this particular setup. So as far as modifications are concerned, he does have a Steeda Cold Air Intake, a Lund Racing Tune, and E85 Fuel paired with a Resonator Delete. I guess you can go ahead and count that drag comp as a modification as well, which by the way, the ET Street R in the 305/45/17 size, total outside diameter of that particular tire is about 28.1 inches. If we were to compare that to maybe his street setup, like an 19-inch SVE SP2 with, let's say, a 305/35/19 tire, that Mickey Thompson is about 3/4 of an inch wider in terms of diameter. That'll play with his overall number just a little bit. This is a 10R80 car, automatic, so our pull's gonna be made in 7th gear, which is the 1-to-1 ratio. He's still rocking the 2-piece drive shaft, and out back, it does have a set of 355 rear end gears. Other than that, I think we've covered everything. Y'all know the drill. We're gonna make a quick trip around the car, make sure our straps are tight, lug nuts are torqued, everything's good and set up on our computer, and we're gonna make a hit. All right, people, so let's take a look at some numbers. Hunter Linley's 2020 Mustang GT made 417 horsepower at 5,800 RPM and 409 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM. Now, before we start the keyboard warriors saying, oh, that car doesn't make any power, this, that, and the other, could it have made more power? Yes, I agree. It's about 80% humidity in our shop, 70 degrees ambient temperature. I mean, you can feel the moisture out here. Well, for one, that's not helping our overall numbers, and like I said, the overall outer diameter being larger on that drag radial, that's decreasing the number just a little bit as well. Further investigation, you know, we're kind of like, the car should make a little bit more power. We cycled the key a few times, bled fuel pressure off. We opened the fuel rail, put some fuel in a cup, and then got his E85 tester set up. And once we tested the E85, it was about 2 clicks over E85, so you can call it E87. So fuel wasn't our problem. We can sit here all day long and talk about peak horsepower, peak torque. You know, we can flex our muscle. This can be a bragging right. However you want to work. A dyno, its sole purpose is to be a tuning tool. It's just cool for us to be able to do these dyno runs to show you guys what modifications and what different setups make. That way, you know, you see this as a ton of value if you have a similar setup. Now, the cool thing about this is Hunter Linley's already taken the car to the track, so we can compare his horsepower and torque number to his lap time in the quarter mile, and his first time out, his car went 11:46 with the exact same modifications that I talked about here in this video at 417 horsepower. Now, I'll be straight up honest with you. You know, I've seen cars with 500 horsepower, can't even get an 11:46. You know, before you judge, oh, you don't make any power, you don't make any torque, remember those numbers, they're just that. They are simply numbers. Take the car to the track, whatever your sole purpose is, whatever you're building the car for, get it out there, see what it's doing in the real world environment. This right here, it's just a number, folks. That's what we have to say about that, and Hunter's gonna continue to chase a faster ET, and I hope he can get deep into the 11s, naturally aspirated, if not high 10s, this 2020 Mustang GT. I want to thank Hunter for letting us dyno his car. It's always a pleasure to be able to dyno the employee cars. I know we enjoy it. I know you folks enjoy it as well. So we're gonna sign off for the day. If y'all like the video, you value the dyno runs, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, and turn on notifications. That way you're notified every time we release something new. And until we catch you in the next one, y'all know what to do for all things Mustang. Keep it right here with the real enthusiast, LMR.com.